Imagine if we could solve the number one problem we'll all face in our business. It's not insurance. It's not patients that won't pay. It's not your landlord. It's not taxes. It's you. Something that I'm really, really keen on is understanding that person that stares back at you every day in the mirror. I'm well aware that so many people come into my world because of sales training and marketing and how to make more money in their business. And that's absolutely what we do. But when you really get down to it, the main thing that I really want to teach is that you've got to believe in you first. Now, this sounds corny, but it's not. If we can solve that problem, we're going to be wildly successful beyond what most of us think is possible. So, guys, this is a new segment that we're doing on the podcast. I've mentioned before, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I've done a lot of these pop-up mastermind events. And over the next few weeks, you're going to be hearing clips from our pop-up event we did in New Jersey at Dr. Jeremy Dinkin's practice. It was our largest attended event we've had. It was, I think, about 20 people. It was unbelievable. The main comment I got after it was over was, I can't believe how fast the 3 hours went. But you guys are going to have access to that. We are going to be releasing the audio for this over the next few weeks. In this clip, I'm going to talk about the difference between confidence and self-belief. It's something that most of us have never really thought about. And as you'll hear me, I ask people the difference, and most people have never considered that there actually is a difference between confidence and self-belief. Business ownership is more than just your metrics and KPIs. It's why we get so many people coming into our world after trying other programs and trying modules of programs and getting the tactics of things, and they still aren't successful with it, and they still haven't gotten what they needed. Something I'm very keen on is growing people, growing mindset. And as one of my partners told me early on, it was one of the best compliments I ever received. The biggest thing that I helped her with was teaching her to be nicer to herself. But understanding confidence and self-belief, understanding mindset, I think is the ROI on that. I can't put a number on it. I cannot put a number on it. So I'm really proud of this clip. I'm proud of the next couple weeks because, like I said, I think the impact we had from being in person was outstanding. Hint, hint, stay tuned. We're going to be doing more in-person events, hopefully very soon. I really appreciate the support you guys have given on the podcast so far. And people have already, shared it on their Instagram. And so if you could do me a favor, I appreciate it so much. If you like what we're doing on the pod, please repost on your story. It'll get to more people. It'll hopefully help more people. And at the end of the day, I think if we can grow the community of rehab chiros one by one, it's going to help all of us. So appreciate you all and hope you enjoy the episode. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Business School for the Rehab Chiropractor. Class is officially in session. My name is Justin Rabinowitz, and I am a rehab chiropractor on a mission to teach you, a fellow rehab chiropractor, the exact tools and systems I've used to build my own successful rehab chiropractic practice so you can do the same. I hope you enjoy, and please subscribe. For those that don't know and aren't in the program, let me just give you an idea of how it works just for context of the story. So basically, when people come into our mastermind world, they join our course. Our course is ChiroBiz 101, 7 weeks automated course where you get lectures every week. And with that, you are in our mastermind program, which is live every Thursday, 12 to 2. Now, the ChiroBiz 101, the recordings that everyone gets was when we started this course, last winter, 2 winters ago. And we had an intro cohort. Some of these people are in the room now that were on the course. So it's on Zoom, I'm speaking and then we're going back and forth and people are asking questions, the whole thing. And so people are getting that course, which was a year and a half ago, and then they're coming on the live masterminds, which is today. So yesterday, I was on a call with a guy, Ryan, who's in the group. He's kind of been in and out a little bit of the calls. And I asked him, I was like, hey, the course is over. Do you want to continue with the mastermind? What did you like about the program? And, I've gotten a lot of answers. Oh, the marketing was great. The sales piece was great. The finance, that really, really helped me. But he said something that no one's ever said before, which was fascinating. He goes, yeah. He's like, I need what that girl is. And I was like, what do you mean, that girl? He's like, the blonde one. So he said, he's like, it's unbelievable. He said, I was watching the lectures and I remember her talking a year and a half ago. And then to hear her now in the same call, the confidence she has, the mindset shift she has, the way, like, basically he described it as you would back down to questions when I asked you them a year and a half ago. And then now Shannon, he's like, I need what she has. He's like, if you can teach me that, I'm in. And so we think about what we're here for, right? We're here in marketing, KPIs, sales, all the bullshit. And we need that, right? But at the end of the day, the thing that's going to get us going and keep us going is that. It's the change in mindset, right? It's the confidence. It's the self-belief. It's all the things necessary to grow and be successful in business, because as you guys either have found out, will find out, will continue to find out, it's really, really hard. And if you don't have those pieces of it, you're not going to last very long. And so I thought I would start with sort of the difference between confidence and self-belief, because I think that's a big piece of this. We'll get into KPIs, we'll get into metrics, but let's just kind of get our brains going on something. Does anyone know the difference between confidence and self-belief? Confidence versus self-belief? Anyone? Confidence versus self-belief? So write this down. So confidence is external. Self-belief is internal. So confidence is external. Self-belief is internal. And I think, again, what we learn, what we do, where we start, whatever business we're in, change business, whatever relationships that you're in, confidence is one thing, but what we're really searching for isn't confidence, it's self-belief. Because every single day when you are in a business, you are going to encounter something you've never encountered before. And confidence presupposes that you've done it before and you've gained confidence from that experience. Self-belief means inherently you know you're going to figure it out. And so one of the things we say in our business all the time is, I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. And that's self-belief. And so if we understand the difference between self-belief and confidence, all of the stuff that we go over today, some of it for you is going to be like, holy shit, what am I doing? I don't even know any of this. I'm overwhelmed. Good, you should be. But if you have self-belief, it's like, yeah, that's a lot, but guess what? I'll figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Now, we all know people that need confidence, that lack self-belief. Those are the people that constantly need feedback. They need to be told they're doing a good job. They need to be like, hey, you're doing great. Now, we all like that. It's good, but that's external, right? If you constantly need that from somebody, you need someone else to tell you you're doing the right thing, that is a confidence thing. It's external. And if you live in that world, you'll constantly be disappointed. Self-belief means that if you tell me I'm doing a good job, thanks, but I don't need that, right? I don't need that. Now, it's funny, right? Because this shit stays with you forever. There's a guy, he's a chiropractor, up by where we live. He's got, I think, 3 multidisciplinary clinics. They probably do about 10 mil. Big business. I have a friend who worked for him. I think he still does. And the guy's actually a very nice guy until he becomes a maniac. Inherently, the guy is a good guy. And so I was fascinated by this because he's got a $10 million business, obviously successful, right? And I've met the guy. He came in here and be like, really nice guy. But then I know he goes off the rails, completely goes off the rails at times. And what I found out later was through my friend that he was told the story of the guy growing up. His dad never told him he was doing a good job. And so this guy was always looking for external validation. And when he didn't get it and something happened, he lost his mind. And so this guy, he has 3 kids that are probably out of high school and college, wife, whatever, doesn't need money anymore. But he's a maniac, 80 hours a week. He goes nuts because he's chasing for something that he's never going to find. I think his dad's probably dead. He's chasing for his dad to tell him he did a good job because he needs confidence because he doesn't have self-belief. And so, again, we look at this business stuff and we start with all the KPIs and all the things that we're going to go through today. But inherently, if we're chasing something that we don't recognize, that we'll never get to, we're going to be miserable. And all of us here think, right? All of us here think we're starting our career, we've got loans, we want to make more money. We all think that at some point we're going to make a certain dollar amount and that stuff will appear. And it won't. And the great tragedy of all of this stuff is you guys will all get there. And if you don't fix the other side, you're never going to be happy. Right? And if you think about what we're doing here, it's actually that, right? The business that you're in, whether you're working somewhere, whether you own a business, it should be a conduit to the life that you want and not the other way around. That guy, the businesses run him, right? Doesn't mean you can't work hard. It doesn't mean you don't like what you're doing, but those businesses run him. It's a very different thing. He's looking for his validation, his success from that. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Till the day that guy dies, he might have 10, $100 million. He's going to feel the same way about himself, right? He's going to feel the same way. And so we look at people that have success, and then we always say, like, what does that actually mean? He made a lot of money, but realistically, if he had $20 to his name, he'd feel the same way as he does 100 million. Again, we're in a weird spot because all of us, raise your hand if you'd like to make a lot more money. And how many of you think like, all right, when I get there, like the when-then fallacy, when I get there, then I'll be happy. How many of you guys, when we're in school, when you graduated, thought that would be the thing that would make you happy? And then when you finish school, you're like, shit. How many of you guys thought once you stopped being an associate, that would be the thing that would make you happy? And then you got in business and it's like, all right, this is good, but I can make myself real fucking miserable when I'm doing this, right? Like as I say, you graduate school and you work for a shitty boss, and then you start your own practice and you inherit a shittier boss yourself, right? And we're 35, 40, 50 years old, and it's like, holy shit. You look back 25 years and it's like, what the hell did I just do? Graduated school, worked really hard, got all this stuff, and I still feel like shit. So, as I'll go back to, we're going to talk a lot of different things right now, a lot of stuff, a lot of numbers, metrics, KPIs. But I think starting there and understanding of what we're really doing here and what the goals really are for all of us, kind of searching for the right stuff rather than the external, I think that gives us a good baseline to kind of kick this off on.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And if you found this content valuable, here are 4 ways I can help you for free. 1, grab a copy of my free guide, the Rehab Chiropractor's Checklist. You can get that at go.drjustinrabinowitz.com/guide. That's go.drjustinrabinowitz.com/guide. 2, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram at Justin Rabinowitz, where I post business content. 3, subscribe to my weekly newsletter by sending me an email at coaching@strivetomove.com. And 4, leave us a 5-star review so we can gain access to more influential people and bring those lessons back to you.